actually won Truck of the Year for its years last year for the 2022 C10 Truck Nationals. But I mean, it's brilliant. I'm loving the two-tones, and of course the iconic Cheyenne trim that is happening here. Left that on, looks beautiful, and of course a beautiful motor in there as well. Let's have a chat with the builder and the owner and get a bit more backstory to the 71. So we've got Doug and Phil here, you guys. It's a brilliant build, 1971, and it actually took home an award last year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was my first time showing. It was the 67 to 72 C10 Truck of the Year. Real exciting. Just brought it out, parked it right here, so it's a good luck spot.
It is a good spot. Now, Doug, when did you first purchase this and what condition was it?
It's in the same condition. I haven't really done anything, did some stereo stuff to it. That's about all I've done to it. I loved it the way it was when I saw it.
And when was that?
Last September of last year.
Okay.
I went to Mecum auction 2 or 3 weeks prior to this, and just was looking for a build like this, something above everything, and didn't find anything I wanted at Mecum. Came out here and I walked, and I saw this truck. Actually, I saw a truck I wanted to buy, and kind of just looked, saw everything else, saw Doug's truck, and when I saw it, I just knew it was a...
Were you just looking for a Chevy pickup, or were you looking for a 70?
A C10, any 68, 72.
And you wanted one that was finished?
I wanted one that was really close to being finished. That was, I didn't have to do a whole lot to.
Yeah.
I guess I came back to him 4 times.
4 times?
That day, yeah. And
because you didn't have it for sale?
No, I didn't. No, it wasn't advertised.
It wasn't for sale, and I shot him a price and asked for if it was selling. He said no, and I came back, shot him another price, still wasn't for sale. I think the 3rd time I came back, I crawled under it, and I knew what it was. I knew what he had, and I knew what it was worth. I knew, and I shot him a price, and it was
wow, you were persistent.
And he said,
4 times.
and he told me that might start the conversation.
Okay.
So, he knew I was really interested, and I guess later on that day he said, "Let me take you for a ride." Took him for a ride.
And that was it.
And that was it. Honestly, it wasn't. We went out there, and I said, "Man, I just can't do it. I can't give, And I think, didn't you call me on Sunday morning?
Yeah.
So that was on a Saturday, and he said Sunday morning, he said, "Hey, if you can come up with X amount of cash, I'm leaving at noon. If you can be at Eagle Mountain, you can have the truck." So
and that's how it happened.
I'm not going to tell you the price, but on Sunday morning, I was trying to scramble and find 20,000 cash to go along with what I had, and it ended up being a funny story. I think we had $20,000 worth of 5s, 10s, and 20s.
Wow.
And me and his son-in-law and his daughter, we're in not so good a part of a town, and outside of Fort Worth.
And you actually had it in cash as well. No check, nothing.
That was the deal. That was the deal we made.
That is so risky. I would be so scared.
And we were, and what's funny, we're sitting there counting it, and we had.
And you were out in public counting it.
We were in a gas station inside of his Suburban.
Oh my goodness!
And large sum of money. His son had protection on him. I had protection on me.
Right.
And we're
welcome to Texas.
And the funny thing is, we're sitting there counting. I don't know him from Adam. He don't know me from Adam.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this truck, the other vehicle, zoomed up. Like, I didn't know if it was somebody fixing to rob me. He didn't know if somebody was fixing to rob him. And all the guy wanted to know is where Doug got that grill from. But that's the funny story, and that's kind of, and we've befriended each other and talked several times throughout the year, and that's kind of, that's our connection is his vehicles.
You can assume it was safe. You both met each other at a car show.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure.
We did.
Yeah.
We have the same, passions for the vehicle. He's got a gift.
Well, we're going to get right into the build, Doug, and I want you to tell me what's happened because I'm very interested.
Sure.
But before we do that, why was the Cheyenne standing out for you? Why do you think it was top of the top? Tell us about that.
Man, so my dad, I've been in the, around the car business most of my life. My dad's a big hot rod guy. I'm probably above average on what to look for. The public doesn't see it, but when you see the gaps on this truck, when you look down at somebody that's a painter, or my dad painted for 40 years, I know what's straight, what ain't straight, what's above, what's a great paint job. And I mean, I could tell this truck was a step above everything. Yeah. Obviously it was. It won the Truck of the Year, so.
And the Cheyenne was the top of the range as well when it comes to the C10s.
This is the top of the line pickup. C10 Super. C10 Chevy Super is the top of the line.
And originally they came with the 350.
Yes.
But that's not a 350 in there anymore.
No, it's a little beefed up. It's a 400 small block. So,
400 small block. Okay, well that's awesome. You know what, Phil? I'm so happy for you.
I am too.
Persistence always wins. Persistency always wins. Doug, I want you to tell me, what was the condition of the truck when it first came to you?
I bought it off of a guy, a farmer in Nebraska, and just saw it, wanted it, and it was in a decent shape. But I've got a really good paint and body guy that I always go to, that always supports us. My dad and I have been building cars and trucks for years, and took it to him and I said, hey, let's start developing a plan. How are we going to build this thing the way we want it? I've gone 3 or 4 different iterations. I go to a show, I see a few things I need to adjust, just continue building and building. The truck was in really good shape to begin with.
Okay, so the body work was okay?
The body work was a challenge because I kept changing my mind on what I wanted.
Oh, that would have been costly?
Very costly, yeah. So Philip got a really good deal on this thing, yeah, for sure.
That's why he didn't want to sell it, because you know how much money he spent on it.
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't we start right here? We've kept the original wheels of 71.
Yes.
I mean, they were beautiful. And the other thing that I love about the Cheyennes is the trim, like the chrome on the sides there. I'm glad you've kept that. Some people might, at times I've actually thought of just taking the chromes off and just having that one color. Yeah. But I guess that's what really separates it from the other
we have a great, we think alike. The main thing that I think me and him really, we love the tailgate, the original tailgates. We can't stand for people to fill them in, cover up the Chevy or what have you. It's just
And that's a short bed?
It's a short bed.
Short bed.
Yeah, so the drive on this was really to keep it as original looking as we could.
Yep.
And upgrade the color. Something that we wanted to look that would be, if we pick this color, it would look good on the truck.
Yeah,
and
it
so
really does.
All the lines are still original. If you look at a blue one or a red one or a black one that's original, this looks exactly the same from the outside.
It's exactly the same.
And I'm going to do just the things that I'm going to pick out that people may not notice. They may not know the builds and stuff. So you see these bolt heads and this radiator cover?
Yep.
These bolt heads are normally right here and right here. He shaved all of those off and made that clean look. Those are little things that stick out. The air conditioner hoses, you don't see them. They disappear. They go up under there. So those are the things that take it to the next level to me.
Especially with the engine bay, gives it
The
that show
engine bay
car
clean.
look.
I mean, there's nothing. There's just nothing. It's so clean.
Clean firewall, and like you said, there is a lot of hoses and things like that that you've still got the battery here, but it still looks good.
It looks time specific
because the cables are all hidden.
Right. And that's the things that I was looking for. What I wanted. Probably the gaps and the lines are the main thing to me. Just because where I come from, from my dad.
We wanted it to ride better than stock.
Yeah, of course.
So went with an airbag suspension. We could set it at any level that we wanted. If you want to ride low, you can. It doesn't ride as low as some trucks, but that's the design that we had.
And what would you call this paint, the gray?
This is Nardo Gray. It's a
Nardo Gray.
Yes, it's an Audi color in 2018-20 range. So we use some really off-the-shelf items like CPP. That was primarily our suspension of choice, front and rear. And then the interior we went with TMI. And that's, again, an off-the-shelf with some custom, so we put the custom inserts on it. So the dash and then the headliner up above.
Oh, nice. Look at this headliner, everybody. And I love what you've done with the window. So that's my style. I like that as well. Just the one window. Take off the.
That's right.
It was 3 windows.
Sure.
Yep. Make it just one big one because.
Just keeping it as classy as we can.
Yep.
Period. Correct.
No tint, none of that.
Yep.
I'm going to point out something that really gets me as well.
Show us.
So, you know, from the Chevrolet house, they put their factory, what the truck is.
Yep.
He had it redone with all the airbags, disc brakes.
Oh, wow.
And those are the little things, to me, that separate it. Somebody that takes the time to do that, to keep it original like that.
And did you put bucket seats, or are they still joined? What are these seats?
They're original split, right?
It's just a split. It's not
It's just
original,
a,
but
it's just a one split.
TMI, yeah. What is the benefit of that as opposed to the bench?
bench is one side, just one solid seat.
Yep.
And this is split in the middle, so you can flip one end up or back.
To carry
adjust
something.
it how you want, so you can put stuff behind the seat. With the bench seat,
can't do
with the
that.
stock bench seat, you can't really, you can't lift it forward or lean it forward. So just,
But when you sit in it, it still feels like a bench seat
it
because
does.
there's no console in
And
the
it-
middle.
And it's a comfortable seat.
It is
You ought to
a
try
comfortable
it.
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Question: the tank, the fuel tank. Where's
Yes.
that
Oh.
hidden?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I hope you haven't. It's not left behind the seat. That's for sure.
No, this is another cool factor.
We're going back to the Tri-5 era. Very
Fuel
cool.
tank and the air tank for the suspension is underneath.
It's underneath that. Oh yeah.
And the unique part about this truck is the underside is just as clean as the top side.
It looks
So-
like a truck that would need some mirrors underneath it to see that
You
undercarriage.
certainly could. It would show very well.
I love the tailgate.
Yes.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So many people would have put wood in this,
Couldn't do
maybe,
it, No.
but this goes with the color. It goes with the paint.
Yes.
Yep, we wanted as much of a paint that we could see. Extra wide fender wells do that as well.
Yep.
I love the chrome separating the white. It's just a great color, man.
Yep. 100%. I love that back window. And what about the wheels? Are they
Wheels?
24s in the back?
No, they're 20s.
20s.
Front and rear. And they're a 10-inch in the back. They're a Riddler 650. And the fronts are 20 by 8. And they have Nitto tires on them. Lots of good products out there. Lots of good off-the-shelf items. You don't have to go super custom. Or you can if you want. I mean, there's a lot of C10 product out there right now that's way over the top. So
It's the
It's
time
just
of the
preference
trucks.
only.
That's what
That's
I've been
right.
saying.
yes.
So, Doug, tell us about your shop. Where do you do this out of?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a shop? Where do you
Oh
do this?
yes, I'm more of the mechanical, the idea guy. A little bit of strategy in there, interior wiring, radio, suspension. All of that is me. The frame, wheels, tires, that type of stuff. The body work is out of a gentleman, Stewart Customs and Auto Restorations in Augusta, Kansas, is who did the paint and body, the fit and finish of the chrome. Anything that I needed done in between, I would take back and say, okay, let's think about this. Let's slide that over. This, can we get this to grow or move this up? And he's magical. He's good at what he does. Philip can attest to
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
just
it's-
based off of the attention that he gets on the truck.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. You're going to be obviously taking this around to other shows.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be
You're
driving it.
3, right?
3 for 3. This is my fourth since I bought it. So we'll see how we go today at 3.
Well, all the best. It's absolutely beautiful, and you've got so many people stopping by and having a look.
Yes.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.